gauge just bounces like insane, just with a little bit of throttle. This bike is very gradual. You know, even if you crack open the throttle, it doesn't like jump up. You know, you're basically just steadily climbing the RPM gauge. So I don't really go fast that much, because you really have to like want to be going fast to go fast on this bike. Whereas, like I said, when I rode my brother had a ZX10, and now he has a ZX14. I haven't ridden the ZX14 that much, but even being on that bike, just a little bit of throttle and you're going, you know, I was going 90 miles an hour in and I was like, whoa, okay, that's too fast. But on this bike it would never happen. It would never happen. You know, you would know that you're about to be going that fast, because you don't get there, you know, you don't go from 0 to 100 as fast as you do on like on a Ninja 1000, right? It doesn't happen on this type of bike. Now the FZ1, I haven't ridden an FZ1, so I don't know. I've obviously heard that's like a really good bike as well. But this bike, I don't see me ever getting in any real trouble on this bike unless someone else hits me or something, because it's lightweight, it's nimble. You know, it's not gonna kill you with the acceleration or the speed. Everything's very you know, intentional with it's very predictable, I should say, with the power delivery. And I've never even tried to pop the front wheel up. I've never even felt it come up. I've never felt on the other bike, my brother's bike. It's a much heavier bike, but that engine is a 1400cc race engine, so I felt the front end wanting to come up on me, right? I don't do wheelies, especially on street bikes. I'll do them on dirt bikes a little bit, but I don't do wheelies on street bikes. I'm not a good enough rider to do that, and I don't want to be. I just get out on the bike to be outside, and it's a what is the word, cathartic? It's something for me that's just like I just like doing it. I don't like going fast. I will go kind of fast at some point, but I'm not gonna, if anyone tries to race me or anything, I'll just let them have it. You know, the last thing I want to do is end up in a hurt or crash my bike or do something stupid where, you know, maybe I don't hurt myself, but it's like, now I don't have a bike, or now I lost my license for doing something stupid. I wouldn't want to do that. You know, I've ridden close to 60,000 miles probably on a motorcycle, and no accidents yet. So I do think, though, I mean, probably the thing that will be bad, I mean, I probably will get in an accident at some point, and it probably won't be my fault, you know, just because someone else like merges into you or hits you or cuts you off or doesn't see you because you're riding at night. That probably will happen to me as much as I ride. I mean, I'll probably end up riding 1,000,000 miles in my life. Probably will. I mean, it's hard to say at this point, but I'd say in probably, there'll be some years probably when I'm older where I ride, you know, 40,000 miles a year, or maybe more. But I'll probably ride close to 1,000,000 miles in my life if I live to be, you know, 70 or 80 years old. I'm only 27, I guess. That feels old, you know. I felt like I was just, I remember turning 18 and being in high school. I remember turning 21, just kind of a few years after high school. And then the last like 5 or 6 years have been a blur, and I'm like, shit, I'm almost 30. Look at that little dog, dude. It's a cute little puppy. It's like a little white poodle. Before you know it, you're gonna be, you know, that's the thing too. It's like when I was a kid, everything just felt so slow. Everything felt so slow, and you were going to school every day, and you were always hanging out with the same, you know, the same 1,000 people. The world was very small. Like, the same 1,000 people went to the same school. The same couple hundred people were in your grade. You know, you saw the same people every day. You were playing sports with the same people. There, everyone was talking about the same stuff. You know, you didn't really realize how much bigger the world was than your little community, because you're just a young person. You just don't know. And then as soon as you get out of high school, it's like, wow, I don't have to go to school 8 hours a day. I don't have to, do all this stuff that I was doing before. And things kind of like speed up a little bit, like, you're not in like the same routine, and time, there's not like a schedule. When you have just a schedule that's the same every single day, it's like it seems to go slower, because like you have to go through certain things, but when your world opens up a little bit and you start doing like different things and having different experiences, it seems to go by kind of faster. And so definitely from the time I was 18 to where I am now, it felt like, it's been basically 10 years almost. It definitely has not seemed that long, versus the time when I was like 10 to the time when I was like graduating high school. It felt like an eternity, right? It felt like, you're in, what is that, 3rd or 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, middle school graduation. You're going through changes with your family. You're going through, maybe you're moving houses, maybe you're going through interactions with the other sex. You're getting your first car. There's just a lot of other stuff that happens, and it all seems to go kind of slow. You're sleeping in the same bed every night at your parents' house. Everything just seems slower. You're getting up every day to have breakfast, and then you have class at 7:30 in the morning, and then you have to go to basketball practice every day, and then it's just a list of things you had to do. And then when you go in the real world, it's like nothing's really defined like that. It's like kind of up to you what you want to do and where you want to go and how you want to do stuff. And so I'd say that was like just the biggest difference for me. Everything seems to move faster when you're not in school, when you're out of that kind of cocoon ecosystem. Not to say that was a bad thing, but I just don't think it did the best job of preparing you for kind of what the real world was. And most people do go to college again, but even college was, I felt high school was in a lot